Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Today is a very exciting day. We're going to be pulling 150 ancient shards today. Why? Because, again, we don't have any prior warning due to the war in Ukraine at the moment, but we have the guaranteed champion for 150 ancient shards. And who is our guaranteed champion? It is going to be none other than Archbishop Pinthroy. I actually had been suspecting that they would do a guaranteed event on this guy. He was like, when this guy came out, I said, okay, this is a champion that he looks to be on that level of the guarantee, like on the level of Withier, Lady Kimmy, all that sort of stuff. I think he's amazing. I said, this could be the guy. Looks super cool as well. Look at this dude, badass. Let's check out his kit. The two things that he does really well are Hydra and Arena. So let's look at him just from an Arena perspective first, right? So his A1, Author of Fates, attacks one enemy, transfers one random debuff from him to the target, and also has a 75% chance to steal a random buff from the target. So that's a pretty decent A1. That is not too bad. Nothing crazy exceptional, but actually pretty solid. It's his A2 that is the real money shot. Holy Word, 3-turn cooldown when booked, places 50% increased accuracy on all allies for 2 turns, then attacks all enemies, puts 100% heal reduction, and block buffs on all enemies for 2 turns. It's 100% chance for both when he is fully booked out. And here is the thing for Arena. Champions from the Demon Spawn, Undead Horde, and Night Revenant faction cannot resist these debuffs. Are there any champions, perchance, in the Demon Spawn, Undead Horde, or Knights Revenant factions that we would want to put an irresistible block buffs and heal reduction buff on? Thank you for asking. Why, yes, there are. Why, yes, there are. In the Demon Spawn, we've got the 2 big ones. First up, we've got our good friend Duchess Lilatu. Hey, guess what? A super, super tanky champion that is typically built with extremely high resistance that is going to be coming in and putting block debuffs, increased attack, perfect veil on everyone, reviving people with continuous heal, putting shields out, healing herself with masteries. Yo, guess what? Have an irresistible block buffs and heal reduction on your entire team. What about the new champion, Withier the Crowned? Amazing champion. She was the last guaranteed champ, I think, from 15 Sacred Shards. Withier's coming in. She's putting out continuous heals at the start of every turn. She's cleansing everyone. Now, this is an issue. You might run into an issue here. You'd have to stop her abilities. You'd have to block her abilities with something like a Romantu if you have him. But she can put increased defense, extend continuous heals. She keeps putting out continuous heals on her A1. Resistance aura. This is another champion that we absolutely want to come in and block buffs, stop all these continuous heals, stop this healing. This is definitely something that we want to do, albeit, as you saw, we're going to have to find some way to stop her from doing the cleanse, but still, this guy effectively gives you a really good hard counter to both of these. Also, by the way, he's positive affinity as well for Candraphon. Coming in, getting block buffs on Candraphon, stopping Candraphon getting Veil, which prevents Candraphon getting that 40% damage increase, 40% less damage. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty damn good. Of course, he might get turn meter increase. He might have the Veil on already, but at least it stops the other stuff. In the Undead Hordes, are there any champions we might want to put block buffs and heal reduction on? Why, yes, there are. How about this one? Have you heard of a Sifi before? Yeah, so Sifi, healing everyone at the start of everyone's turn, putting out block debuffs, increased defense, increased speed. How about you block all of that? How about we stop that stuff ever happening? Pretty fantastic. Doesn't matter how much resistance Sifi has. It's going on. Nekret, another good option here as well. Nekret, he's going to be trying to put block debuffs, ally protection, and strengthen on an ally. He gets one of those out for free at the start of the fight. We won't be able to do anything about that. But how about we block all the other ones? How about we stop him doing anything else by putting this on the enemy team? So pretty huge, pretty fantastic. I think this guy's real good. In Knights Revenant, I don't think there's actually really anyone right now. None of these are really going to be built with very high resistance, though of course, putting block buffs and heal reduction on things like Mother Cybele, Solus, Hegemon, it's fine, but it's not super necessary. I guess, heal reduction block buffs is irresistible, and Rector Drath is actually pretty good for a lot of players. Maybe not in super high-end Arena. You won't really see her. There's going to be better champions by that point. But for a lot of players, she is a champion you do see in Arena. Block buffs on Skull Crown, actually pretty good too. So this is a versatile champion. I like it for Arena. His A3 then heals all allies 30% their max HP, puts 60% increased defense buff on everyone. If 4 or more allies are alive, puts shields on everyone equal to 30% of their max HP. So I'm not sure if, I'm pretty sure this will work if it includes him. Not 100% sure. If it does include him, then yeah, you can put this on in Arena so long as everyone is alive. If it doesn't include him, you're going to need to do it. It'll only work with the shield in Doom Tower or Hydra. But there you go. And then he has a nice passive, removes decreased defense and weakened debuffs at the start of each turn from him. Kind of okay to keep him alive in some of that content. And accuracy in all battles aura. So for Arena, I think he's awesome. Now for Hydra, awesome as well. He's got a great A1, right? Transferring debuffs and stealing buffs with his A1. That's great. Really good. You know, we slap him in some counterattack accessories and he can be throwing debuffs onto the Head of Wrath. Like Head of Wrath does his AoE, puts decreased attack on you, his increased attack on himself. You're like, I'll take your increased attack. You have my decreased attack. Thanks very much. Not too shabby. AoE block buffs with AoE heal reduction and an increased accuracy for your own team on a 3-turn cooldown. Excellent. A really good block buff move. Gonna help us beat those accuracy requirements for Brutal and more importantly for Nightmare. That's pretty big. And then for Hydra, this is huge, right? Gleam of Glory, 4-turn cooldown, big heal for the team, increased defense for the team, and a nice chunky shield for the team as well. Accuracy aura in case we need that. It's going to make it so easy to gear people for Hydra in the sense that you come in, he's bringing you increased accuracy and a 50 accuracy aura. Potentially you could completely skip accuracy. So I love this guy. I think he looks amazing. But enough blabbing, says you. Enough blabbing. Let's go in. And let's pull 150 shards. I have been saving and saving and saving for this. As you guys know, I like to save sacred shards to win summon rushes when I need to get points for summon rush. I like void shards and a 2x void because I just want to get as many void Legos as possible. I don't really care who they are. And I don't think they'll ever do a guaranteed void Lego champion. And then, yeah, I like ancients for guaranteed champions where possible because it guarantees me someone good. So let's go. I've no silver. Oh no. Oh my god, how much am I gonna need? Oh no, I need a lot. I'm gonna need okay. Let me go sell some stuff. Okay. I'm back. Now don't increase capacity. Oh shit, no. Oh no. Oh my god, guys, I got the silver. I'm maxed. Oh my god. We just had the void. I've got a bunch of void 3 stars sitting around. Okay, let me go sort this out. Okay, so I'm back. I've some cleared out. We're going to be doing this in chunks of 50 apparently because that's all I'm able to do. But I think there are no more obstacles now between us and Archbishop Pinthroy. Let's dive in. Let's go. I mean, the fun thing about this, I guess, I've had such a journey trying to get this guy that it's going to make it even the more meaningful now when I do have him. Right? Not only saving the shards, oh, that's a whole bunch of blues. Not only saving the shards for this long, but all these barriers of my own devices, seeing as we didn't have any forewarning, that I didn't think about because I got so excited to come and pull him. In this run, Kalia, pretty terrible champion, I'm pretty sure. No real use here. Hopefully we get another legendary while we're pulling for him as well. 150 shards is a lot of shards. It would be nice to get another legendary on the way. You know, if the game wants to give me a Duchess, just saying, another chunk of blues. We're going to be getting a lot of blues here today. It's not 2 times. So even the chances of epics are pretty bad. That's a relic keeper. He is going to be food. Nice 4-star chicken right there. Okay, and I think this might be our last chunk of the last 50. Or so the first 50, I should say. But yeah, another legendary could be amazing. It's possible, but not guaranteed. Hey, Crimson. Okay, Crimson Helm is the first one here that's actually can be pretty decent. I think she's an okay support for Faction Wars. And she can also solo Bommel. If you're looking for a solo Bommel champion, it's possible with her, right? She can put decreased attack in her A1. She's a 4-hitter that puts provoke, but the thing that lets her solo Bommel is it gives her block damage for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. So you can block the bombs exploding with block damage. She gives herself revive on death and increased defense, so she can revive herself. It's very, very, very specific. to make her work for Bommel, though. It's very gear intensive, it's very specific, and it also takes about half an hour of straight manualing, and you make one mistake and your run is over. You got to go again. I tried to do it, and I said, you know what, this isn't for me. I'll just not do Doom Tower this rotation. If you want to do more Bommel stuff, you can check out my my Bommel video. Sort of covers that. Okay, I'm gonna go eat all of these. Basically, let me show you this. Hopefully we won't run out of silver doing this, but I have a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch actually. No, I do. If we come in here, I do have a bunch still of void rares, and because I have so many void potions, I wanted to really level these up as much as possible. So we're going to level up the voids with my tons of void pots, and they are going to eat the non-voids. And yeah, I might need to sell more artifacts at some point. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'll be back after the void champions have had themselves a feast. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back for round 2. Thanks to some clever editing. I also realized, you can see I'm burning through my silver doing this. Oh no, we actually are going to need to sell more stuff. Oh my goodness. Because we're only going to get, we're not going to have enough. We're not going to have enough. Going to need to sell more artifacts. The cleanse, the purge continues. Man, if you're watching this, Plarium, maybe you want to throw me over another legendary. Just saying. Seeing as I'm doing all this work to pull all these shards for people in this video. Maybe you want to slip the Duchess in, the Wither in. After they're being countered by Archbishop, throw them in. Yo, Doom Priest. Okay, that's actually huge for me. I don't have a Doom Priest. Guys, this is actually big. I never had a Doom Priest before this. What does Doom Priest do that is so good? It's all about this passive. Heals all allies by 7.5% of their HP and removes a random debuff from them at the start of this champion's turn. It's kind of like Sylve the Drakes, but with that cleansing component. And yeah, just make her fast. She keeps taking turns and keeps popping this stuff out. Also, I realized I didn't set it to unlimited frames. We're getting some tearing. Let me fix that now. There we go. There we go. So that's actually pretty big for me. Okay, here we go. We're going in for another. Doom Priest is pretty good. She is pretty good. That is a good support to have for Hydra, for Doom Tower. Pretty much anywhere where debuffs are coming at you. We're paying the rare tax after this. But yeah, we shall see. Hey guys, if you want to check out what rares are good, which rares are worth keeping, check out the video I did with Ivy League Gaming. Part 1 is on my channel, part 2 is on her channel. We talk about, the best rare champions in the game, both from an early game and also like a later game perspective. It gives you some pretty cool ideas. I actually learned a bunch in it, to be fair. There was a bunch of rares that I actually just didn't even know about, that she was like, oh, you can do this cool team, like for Dark Fae or whatever it might be with this rare. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's really interesting. Thylesia, she's actually a really, really good epic, I think. Kind of underrated as well. But she has an AoE attack that increases all debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn. That's a great move. Then she has an AoE decreased defense for 2 turns as well on a 3-turn cooldown. Her A1 can debuff spread, puts it on all enemies under Hex. Where does Hex come from? It comes from her passive. When she attacks enemies under decreased defense, 50% chance of placing Hex. So I think she's actually a great champion, right? She comes in, AoE decreased defense, then she does AoE extend debuffs, 50% chance to put Hex on everyone because she'll have put decreased defense. Then she can debuff spread. I think she's great. I've actually seen people use her in reasonably higher Hydra teams. Like, not the super high end, of course, but like, in some of those middle tier even Hydra teams, I've seen her in like a Stalwart set or a Lifesteal set or a Regen set, something to keep her alive and just use her for this utility. It can be very, very, very good actually for going up against that Hydra. Okay, we are low on cash, so I need to make more cash. Somehow, and I need to free up another 50 spaces and then we're going in. Can we get another legendary? This guy, by the way, he does not reset my mercy system counter, so I will actually have my mercy system pretty close to popping off in the next summon event. Yeah, we shall see if we don't get one here, but I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Maybe I ended up selling some artifacts I shouldn't have. Oh boy. But the final 50 shards, we're ready to pull them. We've got the space. We've got the silver. Let's go in. It's pretty fun. I just sold a bunch of 6-star rare artifacts, which I was probably never going to use anyway. So that is okay. But here we go. Can we get a legendary during here? We've got 100 shards in so far and no legendary. We did get the one epic I wanted. Alika and Jurang. You know, Alika I think is actually okay. She needs an absolute ton of books though. She loves books. She loves reading, but I think she actually does pretty good damage. So a decent damage dealer for Barbarian Faction Wars if you need it. Though you might not need it because, you know, you get Syl, you get High Katoon guaranteed, and they're both very, very good. Jurang is only okay. Some chances to stun. Random hitters can decrease defense and attack. I've seen them used a bit for Secret Room, Lizardmen, but I think Venomage is just so OP that Venomage can solo it, so that really makes it so you don't need to rush out to build him at all. Another rare tax in here coming through. Okay. I don't think Master Butcher is also worth pointing out. I do need to point him out as a possible alternative to Vogoth for some Doom Tower stuff. 3-turn cooldown goes to a 1-turn cooldown. When attacked, heals all allies equal to the amount of damage taken. So this can heal you equal to the damage of one of those bombs exploding. Which might be okay, right, against Bommel, but it does have that cooldown. But unlike Vogoth, it heals you for the full amount of damage. So I think he could be maybe something to supplement your team, but I don't think you could fully replace all the Vogoths with this because there's so many bombs that go off on the higher levels. He does also revive a random ally with full HP when he is killed. He does have a 5-turn cooldown though. Then he does other stuff which doesn't matter. But yeah, there's definitely some creative stuff. I'm not planning to showcase Master Butcher in the short term. I just have too much stuff to do. You know, we're going to have Archbishop Pinthroy to build up, for example. But it is just something to point out at this particular point. Taragi the Frog. Now, here's a very, very good epic. I have him already, and he is great. He has a shield and ally protection for his whole team for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Also gives him a heal, reflect damage, and it heals him more for every poison on the enemy team. Then he has an AoE provoke that increases. The chance increases for every debuff on the enemy team. He puts decrease attack with his A1. And then he has a 50% chance to poison the enemy, put a poison on them for 2 turns whenever they hit him, which is really, really good, actually. It's really good. He's amazing against the Demon Lord clan boss. He's in some of the best teams, pumping out poisons, keeping your team alive, putting decrease attack. Super good for that. You know, better than unkillable teams when you get there. I've used him a bit in Hydra, and he's only okay because he doesn't bring poison. Are we here? No, we've got 2 more. Okay. If we see a legendary in this set of 10, we are super lucky. Come on. Or are we going all the way to pity, all the way to mercy with these? Yo, okay. Dur the Hungerer. He's actually really good as well. I got one of him during the fusion. He's actually a very, very good epic. His A1, he has a chance to stun, not bad. His A2 gives reflect damage and a continuous heal to everyone for 1 turn, and then heals everyone by 15% of their max HP on a 3-turn cooldown. I've actually seen him used with Seer in some Doom Tower waves. Why is he used with Seer? Because reflect damage and continuous heal are very, very rare buffs. So these are 2 buffs that you can add into your team to up Seer's damage that no one else is really bringing. Now, the thing that can happen is that it's probably a speed tuning challenge because this only lasts for 1 turn, the continuous heal. Or maybe you could just rerun it until you get a little bit lucky and he puts it on for 2 turns and it doesn't fall off before Seer gets around to her turn. But actually not a bad combo with Seer. And also great for progression as well, for Fire Knight progression, reflect damage on everyone plus a bunch of healing. That's going to help you survive Fire Knight's damage and also knock down that shield. Reflect damage knocking down the shield, so very good. But then this is also amazing. 4-turn cooldown, hungry for more, revives 2 random allies with 50% HP and fills their turn meter by 50%. This is a really good res, very, very solid. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think he's a great champion. Actually pretty decent for Hydra there as well, right? Brings you a coupler, revive on a reasonably short cooldown, and reflect damage. I think is actually pretty good against Hydra, and a continuous heal with a heal attached. He also brings you defense and faction creep. So Dur the Hungerer, I think he's really good. I don't think I actually need him. I pulled Prince Kymar recently, and Prince Kymar's with the AI presets for Faction Wars has completely changed up my Faction War team, and it's fine, but it was very, very difficult for me without a Duchess before, because there's so little healing and reviving in that faction. Dur the Hungerer, I might actually build him out at some point. He's super good. Well, I tell you, I have a feeling we're going to get a legendary in this set of 10. Yeah, I feel it's coming up here, guys. I feel it's coming. We got Vala. Oh, I got a couple of epics on. Oh, there we go. It's not quite as exciting when you do know that it is ultimately coming. Don't really have anything to say about either of these. They're both only okay. But Archbishop Pinthroy, I've got him, guys. I have got him. Yeah, I'm very excited for this guy. So stay tuned for stuff coming soon-ish. He does need 10 books. The thing is going to slow me down a little bit on making videos for him. I'll probably be trying him out unbooked a bit, and I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm going to be slowed down a little bit because I am going to be getting Mithrala. I'll be pulling her during the next CVC. I'm booking her up in the next CVC. Actually, now I've got a whole bunch of chickens, so really no stress there. And Mithrala, I think she's actually not too bad in terms of books as well. Mithrala, she's pretty good, right? She needs 2 and 2. She only needs 8 books. So Mithrala's actually pretty easy to book. That's not bad. So it is doable-ish. I've got 5 right now, so okay. It might take a while still, but we'll see. Maybe we get lucky from some clan boss drops and all the rest. But there we go, guys. Archbishop Pinthroy. I have pulled for him. Do I think you should pull for him? I actually generally recommend that you do. Like, I mean, if you're especially coming more towards the later game where you don't need epics very much, giving up a whole bunch of epics that you would be getting through a 2x event in order to get a guaranteed really good legendary is often very much worth it. And yeah, I've also, built up a lot now towards my pity system as well. So we're not going to be very far off at all. I think, 70 shards maximum off our next legendary as well, which is pretty good. So yeah, can't really complain about that. Can't really complain about that. Archbishop Pinthroy. I'm looking forward to trying him out. Solid base stats as well. Tons of health. Good actually resist and accuracy baseline too. Cool. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, guys. Let me know if you're pulling for him as well. And yeah, bye-bye.